Morning. My name is Howie Ferguson. I'm the Executive Director of Coaa, the Construction Owners Association of America. And welcome to our spring conference, which we hope is the last virtual conference for quite a while. I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes before the conference starts. Some basics about Coaa, our roots, our culture, the ways we deliver on our educational mission, and some initiatives that we're working on and have been working on for over a year that we think are pretty exciting and worthwhile for both members and non-members. So first thing is, this is kind of a basic, almost cartoonish diagram, but it conveys the point. Whether you think of a three-legged stool or in this case a three-piece puzzle, most projects that owners are involved with involve three primary teams: the owner and his or her team, the design professional, and the builder. The thing about Coaa, though, is those other two pieces, the orange and the green pieces, the design professionals and builders, for more than a century have had organizations with an educational networking purpose, like AIA, AGC, and others. The owners, for the most part, until Coaa was founded, really had no such means of connecting, because their primary missions, whether it's building cars or teaching or research or curing cancer, were so different there was no means or reason really for owners to connect. That changed in the late 80s. IDEA was formed, and it came to fruition in '94 by a construction law attorney based in Atlanta named Al Phillips. Al is retired now, but still around. A great guy. We actually captured a really cool video history of Coaa series with Al that you can find on our website. But he started it, formed an LLC, got nonprofit status, and off they went in 1994 with both an educational and kind of a grassroots advocacy mission. That advocacy mission really is kind of a back burner now. Frankly, our mission is almost entirely educational, helping owners be better owners. We are, in fact, a nonprofit. We're not a charity. We're what the IRS calls a 501c6. And as young as we are, only 27 years old, in a way, we're almost younger, because most of those 27 years, Coaa was managed by a consultant, an outsourced hired gun management company. And only in 2016, 2017 did we in-house, in-source the staff that I'm now a part of. So we are still kind of perfecting, or in some cases even creating processes, that just day-to-day operational kind of stuff, which means we're still a very young organization, kind of getting our sea legs. Here's something that most of you probably heard of. Maybe you're not quite sure what it is. This is a great differentiator for Coaa. We call it the Coaa way, and as the words convey, it's a mindset. It's a culture thing. It's both tangible and intangible. The very best thing, in my opinion, about the Coaa way is this was not some slogan invented by a marketing company. This was a thing, a feeling that existed around Coaa for a long time. It just didn't have a tagline, a name, or a logo. And that changed in 2018, where we did formally assign a name, a definition, and even had a contest amongst members to come up with a logo. The firm Clayco actually was the winner and came up with this once again, green, blue, and orange graphic that represents, again, those three pieces of the puzzle, or three legs of the stool. So if you're interested, check out on our website. There's a whole page about the Coaa way. It's a great podcast, if you will, by John Zaire, that explains in great detail what the Coaa way is all about. And we really look forward to get back to in-person conferences where the Coaa way really kind of shines. We do have chapters around the country, as you can see, 11 of them. Most east of the Mississippi, but Texas chapter has always been strong, and the California chapter is attempting to rebuild. We're especially proud of the Wisconsin chapter, which was formally launched in January of this year, but was really born last year despite COVID, or maybe in fact a little bit because of COVID. We were forced to be virtual, and that helped the Wisconsin chapter get off the ground. Here's another case, though, where Coaa's youth is in play. We've had chapters for years, but really only in the past maybe 3 to 5 years has there been a more formalized process for how those chapters run and are organized and synchronized with each other and the national organization. So we're still perfecting and figuring out the best way for these chapters to exist and thrive, frankly. But they're all extensions of Coaa. We have the little in-house phrase #OneCoaa, and we're proud of all of them, and they're furthering of our mission. Something else Coaa is very well known for, our national conferences. We're a little bit unique in that we have 2 each year, at least for now. We may be experimenting down the road with changing that model, but we've always had 2 national conferences, spring and fall. And we're especially excited. We're excited you're here for this virtual conference, but we're really, with fingers crossed, hopeful about getting back to in-person conferences this fall in Henderson, Nevada. It's basically a suburb of Las Vegas. And next spring in Baltimore, where we have a very strong presence. Registration, if it's not already, it will be open soon for that fall conference. There's already a theme established. There'll be a golf event. So, hey, mark your calendars, save the dates, and we hope to see you this fall in Las Vegas. Another differentiator for Coaa is OTI, the Owner Training Institute. You won't find anything else like this in the industry. This is a curriculum of 12, soon to be 13 courses. These are fairly intense and long, either a day, day and a half, or 2-day courses that are entirely aimed at and targeted for owners. And the content was created by owners. Once again, trying to help owners be better project leaders and planners. The best thing about these courses, frankly, is that they're all presented by a 3-person team. And in all cases but one, that 3-person team, once again, here's that theme, that recurring theme, is representing the 3 legs of the stool. The instructor teams are, like I said, with one exception, an owner, a design professional, and a builder. And that's fantastic because the attendees get to hear all 3 perspectives, which is incredibly valuable. And as the last bullet says, we do have a couple of the classes in condensed form available virtually this summer. The project closeout class in June and the design process management class in August. So registration's open. Visit the website and check those out. So there's some initiatives I wanted to talk about too, and hit on each one of these for just a few minutes. And we're really proud, all of us, staff, board, volunteers, members, because each of these shares in common the fact that they were all either born or reborn last year, despite COVID, maybe even a little bit because of COVID, I guess you could say. But these are all fantastic initiatives that are either helping members, additional member benefits, or just moving the ball forward on trying to improve the industry itself. The first one is the e-forum. This was something that was around for years, frankly, but it was a listserv. It was an email-based resource. But now it's on Microsoft Teams, and basically any Coaa member who opts in can reach out 24/7, as we like to say. It's a fingers and thumbs resource to ask their peers, owners or others, for help, or just to answer a question like, hey, have you ever run into this challenge, or have you ever designed and built this type of facility? It's a great resource, easy. You type it in, hopefully get a few answers, or maybe a phone call or an email directly from a fellow member. And the other thing about the e-forum is once a month we have a live discussion branded at the e-forum exchange. That's the first Tuesday of the month, I believe, late afternoon. And it's typically centered around a single topic, but sometimes, like this month, it was just wide open. It was whatever the attendees wanted to talk about. So if you're a Coaa member and you haven't opted into the e-forum, let us know. Anybody on staff can help you opt into that e-forum. It's a great member benefit. Another member benefit that has kind of been there's been a sort of a soft opening for this. It is available on the website now, but we're really attempting to build this into a much bigger resource. We call it the e-catalog. It's a repository essentially of all sorts of resources, a lot of documents, examples, template contracts, white papers, Dodge Smart Market reports, articles, and a whole bunch of other things arranged in the 18 categories you see on the left. The idea is that any member, especially owners, can just browse that library, download anything that looks of interest, and maybe it's just good reading, educational kind of material, or maybe it's something that could help you improve or create a process or a form internally. You know, we say, why reinvent the wheel, right? You've got all these other examples that are right there for you. And the other idea of this e-catalog is to sort of pay it forward or pay it back. We'd love to get your documents, your resources, a great article you've seen. So again, contact anyone in the staff and we can help facilitate that and receive any documents you think would be a good fit in the e-catalog. Yet another initiative. This was born late last summer, early fall. The idea here is, with the small but mighty projects, is to create eventually a body of knowledge to help owners deliver small or minor, with air quotes, projects better. Frankly, most serial builder type owners who have a portfolio of small projects, however you define small, maybe it's less than $1 million, maybe it's less than 5 million, maybe it's less than 100,000, whatever. There are some common thread pain points and challenges with those projects. As we say, fewer zeros, but more headaches. And we'd love to help owners deliver those better. We've done chapter workshops. We've had an article written. We've had a member, Jason Sutton from ND Anderson, actually presented at CMAA's spring event on this topic. So we're beginning to get there, but once again, it's a two-way street. We'd love your help. If you have thoughts, ideas, best practices for small projects, we'd love to hear what they are. Yet another one. This is really exciting. Most of you know we are pushing hard to try to get younger, frankly, as an organization and as an industry. We define an emerging professional as a professional in our business 35 and younger. And we have a fantastic emerging professionals committee. But now we're taking another step forward with actual content. This is this Brain Food series is a monthly series of 60 to 90 minute sort of fundamental knowledge topics of use and interest to young owner PMs and others. And it's free, entirely free if you're a Coaa member emerging professional. This starts next month. You can see what the first 3 courses are for June, July, and August, and we actually have content planned all the way into 2023. So check the website out. This is pretty exciting stuff. And lastly, this is a really fantastic initiative that has its roots going all the way back to the fall conference in 2019 in Atlanta, as it says on the right. This is Coaa Cares, and you can see what CARES stands for. It's kind of a two-pronged thing. The idea is that we would like to incorporate hands-on ways for our members, event attendees, and others to contribute in some meaningful way, even if it's a small way, to something bigger than ourselves, a community-related thing. The other prong is to just kind of make folks aware of industry-related charitable organizations that you may not be aware of. And actually, this conference tomorrow morning includes just that. You'll hear more about the Construction Angels organization, which is for awful purpose, but a fantastic mission. So tune in tomorrow morning to hear more about that. But Coaa Cares, once again, there's a page on our website. Check it out. Last thing is a couple of thank yous. This group you see before you is our fantastic conference committee. They're all volunteers, and they're responsible for planning and vetting and moderating all the content at our national conferences. Great group led by John Bechtel. You'll hear plenty from John throughout the next 3 days, and we're super proud of them and very thankful for the time they devote to this kind of thankless task. Oh, by the way, hey, DB and Jim, if you're listening and watching, you need to update your profile and get your pictures up. And the last thing is the big thanks to our sustaining 2021 partners. These are either in-kind or monetary sponsors of Coaa throughout 2021. We would not exist without their support. And so thank you all very much. And with that, thanks again for being here, and enjoy the conference. And we hope to see you this fall in Las Vegas.